and their running mates. We will do the 2 presidential candidates and their 2 running mates together. They will be allowed to come on the floor and also make their introductory remarks. And for that, we'll give you 3.5 minutes to come and introduce yourself. The president is not coming to introduce the vice president. The president is coming to tell us why he or she wants to be president. The running mate will come and tell us why he or she wants to run along with this person and how they will better the community. So that is the format that we have. As I indicated to you again, we're not a professional team. We do our best. Please bear with us. All right? So again, I will be the lead moderator. Mr. Yala will run the floor. As we said, he will collect the question. Ms. Zizit will be our timer. So when you're talking, please listen to us. He has 2 cards. One will signal to you. You have 15 seconds left. And then the next card will tell you, okay, your time is up. When she does that, please give all the courtesy and exit the stage. All right? Now, you will also, candidates, you will have about 1.5 minutes to answer a question or to do a follow-up or to rebut. Again, you will be told when your time is running out. So those are the guidelines we have for you tonight. And without much ado, we are already way behind time. We're almost 1 hour behind time. So we'll start with our board members, our other board members in the house now. Okay. Someone told me we'll start with whoever is here. So we have a list of board members given to us. Is Mr. Allen here, James Allen?
Yes.
Okay, you can say it. You can say it. Is Mr. Freeman here? Is that Dow Freeman? Freeman? Not here yet. Okay. Hopefully he's on the way. Mr. Freeman is not here yet. I would know if Prince is here. Prince is, you fooled me. All right. Prince Brady is here. Is Blamo here? Blamo go back? Blamo go back? Am I saying it right? Boyman? Okay, you know what? And it is written right, but I'm reading it wrong. I'm dyslexic. Okay, so that's Boyman. Is Boyman here? Okay. Is Rabbi Duo here? Cecilia? Go for it. I will know too. Okay. Amos? Isaiah? Okay. Edmund Johnson? Okay. Go ahead. Tower is here. Jonathan Munger? Jonathan? Not here. Okay. Conrad? Nika? Here. He's here. Rupert? Peters is here. Charles Roberts? Charles? That's it? Okay, Charles is here. Samuel? Okay, Tombo? Augustine? Tobo? Esther Williams? Esther Williams? Okay, so Esther is not here. Okay, so the members of the board who are here, beginning with Mr. Allen, 2 minutes, right? Okay. So, Mr. Allen, your 2 minutes are up. Basically, you come and introduce yourself, why you want to be on the board.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take this time to first of all thank the panel for all their effort and the Reverend Dr. Awori for working on the. My name is James Allen. I serve as former president of the Lrtn Community Association. And I've lived here for 16 years since 1987 and became a Lrtn community member and have paid my dues. There's not much about this community that I don't know about. So for me, I'm running for board member to keep check and balance for the community, for the incoming leadership, because that's the way it has been. When we met the leaders in here before we became Lrtn community members, that's what they did. Now it was our time when we became president. We got out. The young folks are coming in. We have to keep them in check. Again, my name is James Allen, and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Thank you. Don't forget, even though we're not taking questions yet, but Mr. Yella wanted me to remind you, you may start writing your questions, because when the candidates are speaking, that's when you'll come and work the floor. So thank you also. Lionel and I and my wife, we go way back, so sometimes, you tend to overlook your own Bishop. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for allowing us to use the facilities. Thank you very much. Brother Wade, Prince, you're up. 2 minutes.
Good afternoon to all. Firstly, I want to say thank you to the panel out here. Thank you to Dr. Woody for having us using his premises. My name is Prince S.C. Bay, Vice President of the Trinidad Professional Water Association, President, running as one board member on Team Hector and Lena. Reason why Prince Way want to be on the board of directors for this community is because, one, this community has been backward for the past 15 years. Two, we have to bring check and balance to our people, to the youth in the community. Three, I have done my work already. I laid the blueprint already for Trinidad Professional Old Timer, so it's time now to do it for the community for my people alive. Thank you.
So thank you very much. I believe when I was reading our guidelines, I probably left out what I said. We will save the applause for later. All right? So please save the clapping. We'll do that later on. Thank you. Is Mr. Freeman here now? Mr. Freeman? Not yet. Okay, and I think Mr. Boba is not here. Boyman? Not here yet? Okay. And I don't think Reverend Cecilia is here either. Did we say Amos is here? Is he here? No. All right. Ms. Miller, you're up.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Moderator, and the panel for this debate tonight. My name is Talo Lydia Miller. Well, I'm from my maiden name, Talo Lydia Chala Miller. And I serve as two-term president for the Lrtn Community Association. And now I'm contesting for the board because what I have in place here, I don't want it to go to waste. I would just need to build on it with our people. We need accountability. We need for our people to, articulate all that we have done in this community for them to carry it forward. We just want it to go down. And most of all, we need check and balance. It doesn't matter who wins. We just need check and balance in the community. For those of you who don't know me, I have a name in the community, especially since the election came about. My name has become a household name. But I'm Tyler Miller, and you all know what I'm capable of doing and what I have done. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Miller. Again, I don't think Mr. Morgan is here. Jonathan? Okay. Mr. Jacob? Yes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Conrad Yanka, and I'm a sitting board member. Over the years since I've been board member, we've straddled the dual citizenship agenda. We've taken the dual citizenship from the House of Representatives now to the Senate. It is at the committee's level where we're trying to move it. It's not about me. I have been fighting for this community. It's about you and your children. We want to make sure when you go to Liberia, you go there with all visas, and your children can own your properties. So under ULAA, as a sitting board member and member of this community, we've been working very, very hard. We want to continue our work. We're almost at the touch line now. And once we've done our work, we can always bow. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Ms. Higgins. Thank you very much. Thank you. So far, everyone is staying within the guidelines. That's a good thing. Brother Pierce?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator and the panel. I would like to give special thanks to the shepherd of this house, Reverend Dr. Lrtn Wood, for giving us the opportunity to convene here. Our platform on extemporaneous of deliberation panel, but with further emphasis on my demographics, my name is Rupert Emmanuel Sariba Peters, hail from Middlesex County. Immigrated to the United States of America and resettled in New Jersey. I want to say thank you to all the senior people that have laid the foundation, of which I'm able to stand here to say I'm proud of. But however, we are here to carry on the work. I'm aspiring as one of the board members with an aggressive goal to be the chairman of the board. So I ask you to stay calm, listen to what these two people have to offer us, and most of all, the agenda. But I'm here to say that I'm with Team Hector, and I'm here to create transparency, youth development, community involvement, and most of all, unity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Roberts?
Thank you. Thanks, panel moderator, and thanks to Dr. Woody for allowing us to use this facility. My name is Charles S. Robert, Charles Saka Robert. Back home, I'm in Louvain County. I'm married, I have family, kids, and I'm running for board member on Team Anthony. The reason why I've been in the community pretty close to maybe 25 years, 30 years. It's time for change in the community. And I applaud both of my younger brothers for taking this step. I appreciate them, and I love both of them. In my professional life, right now I'm the third secretary at the United Nations representing Liberia. So when the election came about, I said it's time for us to get involved to help our community and the young people. It's not because I've been here a long time, so I should be what? President of the community. We did our own. I served at different positions in this community. People know my track record. By just appealing to every Nigerian, we need peace in our community. The reason why some of us reach the certain stage now in life, because we love this community. So I hope the election will be peaceful and transparent. Who win the election, we will support them 100%. Because of Hector or Mr. Anthony is our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Robert. Thank you very much. Thank you. Mrs. Tumble? Yeah.
Officials of ULAA, members of the clergy, fellow candidates, committee members, students, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Samuel Kai Tompo. I'm the former vice president of Francis College, and I've been in this committee for the past 35 years. I want to because I have the character, will, the experience to help the new administration that is coming in. From my experience, I've served I'm said, as a local and a national board member of a well-known non-profit organization in America, the president of staff, a member of the World Commission of the Trenton Parking Authority, who oversee the city parking facility. Okay, we hired and fired the executive director. So I want to bring this experience to the community, to our leadership. I want to help to nurture the new administration. That's my goal. That's why I'm running. And I want to tell you, it's not for you, the voters, today. I'm impressed with the level you are taking this code, the level of participation you are shown, all of you. I'm impressed. So I want you to use that momentum to choose wisely. Because when you choose today, go up there, want to solidify the peace we're fighting for. Do not choose based on friendship. Do not choose based on team. We got team here, team here. When they go there, you're going to call them what? Roll symbol. You don't want that. You don't want to know bold that we're going to choose more symbol board. No, you want that. You want bold that would, at the end of the day, do what the president asks the president. I won't sign the bill. I won't sign it because it's not in the interest of the community. So I'm going to move tomorrow. I want to be peaceful.
Time.
And move wisely. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Mr. Tobo, Augustine.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Our host, Dr. Awodi, many thanks to you for giving us this opportunity. By way of introduction, I'm Fabian Augustine Togo. I spent my youthful days with the National Housing and Savings Bank, Downwater Side, where I rose to be a manager in accounts. I moved into Trenton since 2000, and I've seen the community going down into me in a sense. Then I observed things that were supposed to be done by community being done by this organization, Trenton Professional Old Timers.
Yes.
I'm saying this to say that endurance is not arrogance. Team Mentor is a team that will endure to the fullest to stand the times that will come against it. Again, Team Mentor is not here to impress, but to express, because they have done what's supposed to be done. Team Mentor had laid the foundation at Trenton Old Timers, grew all the young people, because it says Old Timers, but when you check it out, 99% of it is young and youth people. And they have impressed me over the years. So this is why I'm running to be a board member, because I want to make sure that we express, as I said, we express the love, the unity that should be among Liberians, and then move the community to another level. The level that all these other alien communities will never reach, because I sense that the Liberian community has been one of the earliest alien that have moved in there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think Ms. Williams is not here yet, Esther? Okay. So that concludes our list of people who are present. Okay.
Mr. Josie here too.
Okay. Mr. Amos, right? All right. Okay, Mr. Amos, you're up.
Mr. Josie here too.
Mr. Johnson is here too? Oh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
My mistake. My mistake.
All right, fellow Liberians, my name is Amos Isaiah. I am a resident of Trenton, New Jersey, and I would like to encourage every Liberian out there to come to the voting center tomorrow and cast your vote for progress, for unity, for the accomplishment that we have seen in this community. There are a lot of things that we want to consider in this community. And there are so many things that's going on. Team Hector, more especially Mr. Hector, we have laid a foundation. If anyone in here can disagree with me, that means you don't really work for this community. Because Mr. Hector, we have laid a foundation. We all know what you have accomplished. We all know the truth, and we should vote for Team Hector, which of course I'm a part of the board, and I encourage you all to please come out tomorrow, because there are so many things that happen in our community. Hector is the only one that have tried to unify this community, encourage the youth. It's not too big for anyone to confront or to say anything to. You know, he encouraged the youth. Because of Hector, the youth violence in our community have decreased, and we noticed that he's encouraging a lot of youth to get off the streets, and so many other things. Thank you guys so much. I want to encourage you guys to come out tomorrow and vote. Vote Team Hector. Support our team. Support the vision of the Liberian people. Progress is what we need. We don't need to digress.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Johnson, I apologize there. You're up.
That's okay. Good evening, my Liberian people.
Good evening.
All salutations. I'm Mr. Edward Johnson. Some people call me Reverend Johnson. And I'm standing up here tonight because, first and foremost, I had my elementary education in Jonesboro, Liberia. Went on to my secondary education at Ritz Institute, and then went on to my high school education at the Booker Washington Institute in Kakata. I went on to the University of Liberia, and then came on to the United States, where I obtained a bachelor's degree in both management and leadership, dual degree. I also went on to be an MBA. But what I am here to say to you, I also had a Master of Divinity. But what I'm here to say to you tonight is that I have always been an advocate for the Liberian community. How? I'll tell you how. We had, as vicars of Liberia, we were the ones who executed the games, or executed our Independence Day celebration that brought people from across the world, that brought people from Canada and those places. I also was the first one that went around giving out turkeys and all this other stuff. I was also the one that went around handing out book bags. I initiated that. All right, but what it says is, to whom much is given, much is expected. So I can retire and move on. It really wouldn't matter. But I had to give back to this community because we established this community. And I can tell you, I came here 40 years ago as a young man, like every one of the young people in here. Okay? And so I will not sit and see this, because the people that were here before, or the people that I came and met here, we were close. And the reason why we were close was because when people got into problems, we were there for them. And we will still be here for this community. So I admonish you that when you go out to the poll, understand that we have checks and balances.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Again, is Mr. Prima here? Not here? Mr. Boba? Okay. Ms. Jewel? Okay. Mr. Margo? Ms. Williams? Esther? Okay, so it looks like we have exhausted the list of our board candidates. At this time, we can now give all of our candidates a big hand of applause. Thank you very much. So we understand social distancing and all that, so we need to put another podium here because now the debate is about to start, so give us a few minutes. We need to organize another podium here, so give us a few minutes. Move this back on. Let's move it. Okay. Does he have a cover? Do we know? Yeah, it was good. Yeah, that's what they got. Bishop, that's it? You know what big one? Oh, the other big one?
If you ask them questions, they can come up to the stage. If you have 2 marks, you can sit over there and ask a question. Whoever you ask them, walk up to the stage and answer.
To come over here and make the...
They'll answer the question. You ask them to walk over and answer.
Right, right.
So you don't need to...
Okay. All right. So we're working with what is available. Whoever takes this lecture, we're not disadvantaging you. But please understand, this is what we have to work with. All right? If we even have to switch after 2 minutes, whatever, we'll try. But we're not preferring one candidate over the other and giving you a better lecture than we give the other. But thanks again, Bishop. We're trying to work with what we have here. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. So far, we have been very good. Let's keep it that way. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. So what we like you to do now, our board contestants, if we can squeeze in here, we now want to bring our secretaries here. Even if we got one quite a little bit. Our financial sector, the 2 financial sector, the 2 general sectors, the 2 treasurers. So let's see if we can squeeze in here. Is that Vera? Medley? Vera, that's you? Okay, can you make your way up here? Vera is one of the candidates for Secretary General. Roland Roberts. Roland, board members, we're going to speak over a little bit. Let's speak over a little bit. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's make space for. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, Ms. Manley, Mr. Roberts, Mr. Kelly, Jerry. Oh, Jerry, you're already there. Good. Patrick, Mumbo, Patrick. Mia, Patrick. Huh? Mia. Am I saying it right? Mia, Patrick. Okay. Wee, Chico. Patricia?
Thank you.
Patricia? Jala? Patricia?
Thank you.
Patricia? Patricia is not here yet. Okay. Okay, so be aware you are on Candy Camera. Lrtn is broadcasting the proceedings live. Okay. Also, Mr. Yala is working the floor, but he's getting some writings that are a little challenging. So he's asking that you text your question to this number. I'm going to read out. It's a 609 number. 908. That's 609 908 1213. It's not very difficult to remember. 1213. 609 908 1213. You will get your question, and then we'll post the question to the candidate. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to the second stage. I don't know if I need a mic, but Out of respect to the audience, we're moving on to our next stage. So at this time, we will call on Ms. Manley. Remember, you have 2.5 minutes, right? 2.5 minutes to introduce yourself and your platform. Ms. Manley.
Good evening, my respected judges, the panels. Good evening to my able opponents, members of the audience, ladies and gentlemen. I am very much impressed with the level of interest from the community on these elections. My name is Vera Vanna Kebe Kamara Meli, here from Lufa County. I have a BA degree in criminal justice, a diploma in public administration from the Gimpa School of Administration. I also hold a BA degree in information gathering and criminal investigation. The reason why I want to be a Secretary General, too long, this community has been left out in terms of information. Nobody in the community know anything about what the Liberian community is doing as it relates to anything in the community. I bring that experience and expertise to be able to inform you, the community, to give you the better information, a database, to set up a database system that will inform the Liberian people. I have a particular expertise and interest in women and children issue. I bring to the table issue of women and children. Look at the community right now. Let's take a survey. People and the children have been suffering violence, issue of child abuse, women have been abused, and all of these things are happening in our community. I bring my expertise to help the government that will be in place with a Hector Lrtn to bring development, to be able to bring youth empowerment, to help our women and to be able to direct our people to the rightful authority and resources for achievement. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. No. Thank you. I know she did a wonderful job. You can introduce to me here, Roland. Roberts is the other contestant. Roland, unfortunately, you get the.
Just a minute. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to extend my thanks and appreciation to all those involved in the organization of this debate. The most important thing here is that I'm happy that the community is winning. Right? The community is winning. No matter who wins the election, the community wins. I joined this campaign because I believe in the objectives and the agenda of Anthony. When he approached me on it, I said, what do you want to do? And when he expressed exactly what he told me, they all fell in line with what I wanted the community. Your question would be, why are you into the election? Why are you being involved in this election? I'm involved because I love this community, and I believe that with unity, this community can be moved to higher heights. What do you bring to the table? Well, you talk about in terms of education, you're all educated. I have a bachelor's degree in communications. I have another bachelor's in business administration. So that's not the focus. The focus here is goodwill. What you intend for the community to do, what you intend to take this community, what you intend. Okay, my time is outside.
No, 1 minute.
Yeah. So I intend to bring to the table honestly how I served as Secretary General for one of the factions, one of the group of the Lrtn community for 4 years, and people can vouch for my
what I did there. So I understand the community, and I work hard for this community. So my foremost goal there is for us to unite this community, and I believe in Belmont State. Once we are together, we can do anything in this United States. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you to our two contestants. Remember, audience, our contestants are running for the position of Secretary General. Again, we are being reminded that there are Liberians also following this event in the media land, so welcome. Thank you for joining us. You may also post your question. I understand there is a Facebook Live interaction that's ongoing. Am I right? Yes. So we'll also be taking those questions from you. Again, those of you here, you may text your question to 609-908-1213. So I will start the floor. Mr. Roberts and Ms. Manley, thank you for putting yourself forward to run for the position of Secretary General. Thank you very much. I think that in itself deserves congratulations for plucking up the courage. I know you say you worked with one of the teams before. My question is very simple. How proficient are you with collaborating with other people in the digital space? Are you familiar with Google Docs, Google Cloud, Google Sheets, Google Slides? If you had to work with someone all the way in California, how proficient are you? And Mr. Roberts, you can kick that off.
Well, I'm not too sure of the proficiency.
Oh, you understood the question? Yeah. Okay.
I feel where the road be shortcomings we can learn and we can move forward. But I'm aware of most of these programs that we're talking about.
Okay. Ms. Mary?
Oh, thank you for that good question. Yes, high proficiency I am, because I have computer knowledge and computer literacy. I can also help in many other ways as it relates to computer science, Microsoft Word, Google, and what have you. And I'm also open to learning and improvement and development.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Do we have any questions here from the floor?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
You want to read that? Yes. I have a question from the audience to you, Ms. Manley. The question reads, how do you as a General Secretary achieve and reconcile women and children's safety? And how can you do this better than Hector Weir? Did you understand the question?
Better than Hector Weir?
Yeah.
The first question is, how can you as a Secretary General achieve and reconcile women and children? And how can you do this better than Hector?
Yeah, I think that question is
first of all, Hector and I is not running.
Exactly.
And running Hector can for a change and a way forward. Thank you.
Thank you, audience. Please, okay. Right now, what we're doing is we're trying to figure out which of these two candidates will be the better fit. We're not going to compare them to other candidates. Please, okay? So it's not going to be Ms. Manley and Mr. Roberts. All right, thank you very much. Do we have another question?
No.
Not yet? Okay.
Let me just clarify.
Okay.
And just to clarify some things for those of you texting your questions, can you be very specific to who you are asking? Also try to make it a very short and specific question as well. Thank you.
So to follow up on that question, Mr. Roberts, I guess the question was, why do you think you would do a better job than Ms. Manley?
Well, I come with the mindset to work harder. I come with a mindset to work harder, more proficiently, and I will work with an open mind. Willing to learn, willing to listen, willing to adapt to new changes. And I believe my opponent here, I'm not going to put her down. She has her own positive and negative. But I think I can do a better job because I've been there and I know how to work.
Can I answer the question?
You have 1.5 minutes.
Yes. We all agree that we are at a crossroad, a point where this community are being marginalized, disinformed, no information. So as Secretary General, I think I am the best choice because I have the experience to be able to disseminate information properly to the community, to be able to give the requisite information to the executive, and yes, with the board through the executive for better information dissemination. Thank you.
Thank you. No question from the floor? No question from TV land? Okay. So at this time, we'll give a big hand of applause to our two speakers. Ms. Jala here yet? Producer Jala? Not yet. The other candidates? Okay. So at this time, we will invite to the stage Mr. Kelwood, Jerry, and me and Patrick. They're both running for the position of Financial Secretary. So you will each have 2.5 minutes, starting with you, Jerry. You can use this.
All right, good evening, everyone. Well, in everything that we do, we have to say thanks to God. So I'm very grateful to be here, and I want to take this time to thank the Almighty Allah for bringing the whole thing together here today. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jerry Kelly. I'm currently married to my wife for about 15 years now, but we have lived together for 30 years, and the Lord has blessed us with 5 beautiful kids and 5 grandchildren. So I've been in the training community for about 22 years, and I worked for the training company for 22 years as well. So at the training company, I'm currently serving on the board of trustees. So I know how auditing a financial secretary is, because that's the job that I do. Every quarterly, I had to audit my financial secretary to make sure that the book is right. So I'm asking for your vote to give me the opportunity to serve my community after being here for 22 years. So there's a saying in our Liberian community that money sport friendship. So all the fight that have been going on in this community is because of the financial. It's not a hate, it's a financial. So if he left me as a financial secretary, my job would be a good bookkeeping. I would record the financial statement. We make sure to present that to the board. We'll be transparent in that. So if you put money in, you will see the beginning balance and the end balance, and that will be presented to the board, and everybody will know what's going on, what money coming in, and what money going out. Thank you.
Thank you. I think you're over. Okay. I was consulting with my friend at the time.
That's my brother.
Good evening, everybody. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. This definitely does look like a wonderful crowd, and a lot of people here, here for the community. I'd like to thank organizers, panel. other candidates for running this position. One thing I can say is this: is that the position for the financial secretary it does require accountability, it does require transparency. But those are all fundamentals. Those are the things that are expected. They are expected in a financial secretary. What I can say about myself is that I already have all those things, but I also have a very diverse background. Working in higher education, working in state government, working in nonprofit. I feel like I can bring a lot to the community because of my diverse background. Besides the work of the financial secretary, streamlining the process in which information is provided, in which funds are accounted for. Higher education is important. Youth development is important. Healthcare, housing. I have a diverse background in which I'll also be able to lend my skill sets in those other areas. I have a background in engineering. Have a master's in organizational leadership, and I also have I'm certified as a financial educator instructor. So I feel like I can bring a lot to this position. I'm with the Team Hector and Linda team. And one of the reasons that I came on board was because of the work that Hector has done in the community as a civic leader. So, is that my time? Okay. So I'm asking everybody to please come out tomorrow and to vote for the Team Hector team, including myself and the rest of the board members. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you very much, candidates. We'll open the floor in a moment. I hope you're ready for your questions. But we have been informed that the lawyer of Trenton is here, Reed Sierra. Thank you, lawyer. So again, we are only facilitating your questions. You have to have interest in what you want to do for the community. So we need your questions. I will keep the floor and starting with you, Patrick, and then Jerry. We all know you can acquire all the academic qualifications, but experience is just another thing. And we want to know what experience you have in serving in this position for a community-based organization such as this one. I'm not talking about university level, I'm not talking about college, I'm talking about a community-based organization. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I said Patrick and then we'll come.
Thank you for that. Good question. So a little bit about my background again. I run a nonprofit, Legacy International Foundation for Education Incorporated, here in the city. I also have a consulting company, Upstream United, that does a lot of work regarding financial literacy, helping people build their credits, and things of that nature. So if anybody is interested in buying a house and you want to build your credit, come and talk to me. But I've been active in the community. Most people, do know me. Working with the young people at Lrtn Community College.
Guys, please. Okay, please.
And the prior administration also they're aware of me. Mrs. Miller and I have worked a lot in the past as well. So that's the only thing I can say is that the past administrations, they are aware of my abilities and my skill sets and what I can bring and what I can offer to the community. But right now, I'm just thinking about what's the next step? How do we move forward? How do we take the anchor and take the community to the next phase? What does the Lrtn community want in the next chapter? So that's what we're willing to do.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, audience, please. All right. For those of you who are coming late, we read the housekeeping rules. Please don't interrupt the candidate. All right? We want the candidate to also be heard. Just regulate yourself, or we'll ask you to leave. It's just as simple. Please, we don't want it to come to that. Please. Okay. Jerry, do I need to repeat the question? Repeat the question? Oh, you good? You good? Okay.
So, currently, I run the tax preparation business, and I've been in this business for 17 years. So, a lot of my clients, I give them financial advices, how to invest their money, help them save for the children college, because we know that student loan debt is very high when you go into that. So then, like I mentioned earlier, me being on the board of trustee for my local union of work, so I know how to manage finances. Because I order the trustee, the treasurer all the time, check the books and stuff. So me being on the financial secretary, you can guarantee that we're going to have accountability, transparency, and good bookkeeping. Thank you.
Okay, we have a question here from Mr. Page, and I'm trying to get it together. If I slip on it, Mr. Page, please let me know. Is any of you running as an independent? Are you both running as an independent? Okay, because what he wants to know is, if you are running as an independent candidate and your preferred team did not win, how do you find yourself working with the winning team? That's what he's interested in. Mr. Page. Did I say it right?
But it also applies to their
All of it, correct. I will pose that to other candidates. So that's the question. Jerry, this is yours. Jerry, I think that works.
I am very open-minded, so I'm open to working with anybody, doesn't matter. Yeah.
Do we have anyone? No. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Both of them? Patrick, you already responded, didn't you? Okay. Okay. You're on a team. Well, what if your team didn't win?
Like my brother over here, we're both here. We are on teams and we're supporting our teams, but I'm sure he and I both agree that the community comes first. So definitely, I'll do my best to work with, whomever is in a position to lead the community. Thank you.
Okay, we want to thank Patrick and Jerry. Thank you for the courage, for stepping forward. Hope the better person wins. Okay, so we'll move on to the position of treasurer. Chico. And Patricia, is Patricia here? All right, so Patricia is not here. All right, Jared. You will be debating yourself. That's a joke. Okay, so you can make your opening statement.
Hello, everybody. I'm Louis Chico, a son from Bone County. I am married to my beautiful wife, Fanny Bo Chico. We have 5 children and 2 grandchildren. I'm so happy today to be part of this process. I feel so much joy because somebody came from somewhere and made this community to reach this far. Mr. Weir, thank you. And the reason we are here today, because we want our community to wake up again. This community has been dead for just no reason. And today we have found a reason. And this reason, Hector and Linda Gordon is bringing to this table. This is the reason why I am standing here. As a financial secretary for Trenton Professional Old-Timers and running to be a treasure for the community. Because what we have done, we don't want to see it die. We want to continue the hard work. We want to continue the strength that we have. We want to continue with the power we all have within us. We are going out there to our areas. We are going to the youth. We are going to everybody to join this thing. I hope the message is out there to everybody. Come on tomorrow. Come on with the mindset. You are coming for the community. You are not coming for Anthony or Hector. You are coming to move the community forward. Because we have the blueprint and we're going to step it out there. We're going to step out there and say, Mr. Mayor, this is where we are. We are here for you to help our community. Thank you, the community first.
Thank you, Mr. Chico. Again, we're still waiting for Ms. Gala. So, I would like you to address yourself to the question that Mr. Page posed. I know you're on the team, and we are hoping that your team wins. But let's assume that your team did not win. How prepared are you to work with the other team?
I just ended my statement by the community first. We are here for the community. We're going to work with anybody, whoever, because today we are standing for the community. Me as Mr. Chico, my children is going to live in this community. We are not going to run from this community because we all make this community better. I'm going to work with whoever wins. And I know Team Hector is the winner.
Okay, Ms. Jala is not here. We'll give Mr. Chico a big round of applause. Thank you very much. Okay, so I guess we can say we are moving to the main event. We are moving on to the main event. We'll have you all seated over there, and you'll come up one at a time. You introduce yourself. You'll have 3.5 minutes to do that. And then you'll go and sit back down. You'll remain seated. When the questions come and they are posed to you, you come up and answer the question. That's how we'll proceed. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, let's call on Team Hector, beginning with Miss Logan Gordon, the running mate. Miss Linda Logan Gordon. Okay, and we get it. We know you're very excited. Excuse me, Miss, please, let's keep it together. Oh, no, I ask you guys to leave. We're having a good time here so far. Let's please try to moderate ourselves, please. We read the rules to you. We'll work this clock at the end. All right, please. We're ready to thank you. You're doing great so far. Thank you, sir. But you almost slip up there. Okay, thank you. Ms. Gordon.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm so honored to be here and be a part of the Lrtn community today. My name is Mrs. Linda Logan Gordon.
I am married to a wonderful man, Mr. Lrtn. We have 3 children, 2 adopted, 1 biological. I graduated from the Katsira County High School in Liberia, but that's not the issue. We are here today for the community. With the Lrtn Professional Old Timers, I have gained a whole lot of experiences. With the help of my partner, Tim Hector, we have been out there doing what we're supposed to do to bring the community together. So in this life, I would like for us, if we are giving us this responsibility, this little one who can do more when we have the community at hand. So with the help of Tim Hector, I want us, please, to go out there and vote. I have the experience. I've worked with women. I became the president for Dream Girls. We have an association for ladies Dream Girls. For 4 years, I love working with women to empower them. So we need empowerment. Women have been staying away from the community for so long. And since we are here as St. Hector, we need to do what we're supposed to do to bring the community together and not to keep the community back. So we are here today to say, vote St. Hector, vote the best team in power. Let the vote begin. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Please, that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Is that we are? 3.5 minutes? 3.5 minutes.
National debate, people clap.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are here today for a reason, and that's because our community has been stagnant for a very, very long time. Why do I say that? These 2 factions have been fighting each other for almost 20 years. Has this been good? Absolutely not. I'm here today to tell you that Lrtn Professional Old Timers have filled in the gap that they have created over the time. We have done a lot of great things. Know that you have done a lot of great things. And we will continue to do a lot of great things. I'll tell you, I have a lot of experiences. 6 years Lrtn Professional Old Timer President. Served the United Nations in Liberia, controlled $54 million budget. Moved to the United States. I worked for Comcast. I worked for the state of New Jersey on the Penn East Natural Gas Program, $1.4 billion. I worked for the Waterworks Controlled Lead Program, $130 million 80 years program. And now I serve as the Assistant Director of Public Works on our DMA. Now, where are we today? We have people who have supported the community for almost 20 years, and they want to ask you for power again. Putting old wines in new bottles offer you nothing good. You have to constantly seek new ideas to learn new things. Continuing to do the same things is going to yield the same result. I'm asking you to give us a chance. Like my dear brother said, we too new in the community, Hector too young to lead. I've been too young to lead, but Lrtn Professional Old Timers have been there for our adults, for all the elders in the community, for all our youth in the community. Our youth now can boast strongly of going to university through our mentorship program. Our youth can boast of recreational program that we have in the community right now. The adults can tell you about how many water, gloves, and masks we have divided all around the city and everything else we have done. Every Thanksgiving, turkey program, we out there giving out turkeys. We have been filling the gap for this community. I will tell you, this community needs to be rebranded. We have rebranded this community. We have pushed our tentacles of this community outward. Now we go in 52 states of the United States. People know of Lrtn. They know of Lrtn because of the good works that we have been doing. We will continue to do the work. I stand as a better candidate because I have the contacts, I know the know-how, I know the resources, I can point you to the right resources in no time. These guys just come to start running. I'm hitting the ground running. They come and say, I will do. I'm telling you, I'm already doing it. the things that we are doing give us the chance to continue doing the things that we are already doing. Do not go back to the 1965 politicians who have preached that we must come back to power after the court case. We don't want that. Now, you have a lot of independent and undecided voters here. Put your eyes together, think about the youth. Yes. Think about the youth. They have not been forgotten. They will not have them on the streets. We'll open a program and rehabilitation. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Marco. Is that you? Mr. Will? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for coming to this program.
2.5 minutes.
I want to say thank you to the organizing committee and all Liberians for participating in this process. My name is Peter Massiquan. I've been in the United States since 2011. I've successfully worked with so many organizations to support the Liberian community. My family and I have established multiple businesses and have employed over 100 Liberians in both the United States and in Liberia. I accepted the invitation to contest into this election to run side Mr. Anthony Quayle because I believe in his leadership, because he's a man of integrity. I bring to the table a vast experience that we can get the Liberian community running again from day one. I listened to both sides. People say they have done this, they have done that. We've been part of it. We have used our personal resources to support programs in the community. We have records. So please, Liberians, this is about the Liberian community. It's not about me. It's not about any specific individual here. It's about working together to ensure our community gets back on the map. If you let us come tomorrow, we will not let you down. There will be massive accountability. We have the connection and a way to identify resources to help move the community forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So here's the thing. Are we together? Are we together? Just a few minutes ago, we had to chastise this side. This side was complaining. But they were from now. This side is lost. If you can't get it together, oh, well, we need a building, we'll go outside. Let's keep it together. Thank you very much. At this time, let's call on Mr. Baye. Right, Anthony? Okay. You have 3 now. President.
To the organizer, I want to say thank you for having us here today. To my beautiful wife, I want to say thank you for the support that you gave me and the strength that I get from this campaign. Every morning, people walk to me and say, thank you, Anthony, for standing up. Thank you for standing up because you believe in the community. I'm here today because I love this community and I believe in the community. Everything that I've been done in the treatment of professional old-timer, I'm part of it, and I will continue to be part of it. This election is a policy difference. Whether you like me or not, I want you to be governed by your conscience. This election is about transparency in this community. If you can be transparent in the social club, you can be transparent in the community. I'm a Liberian, I'm a family man, I migrated to this country, and I never had papers. I've been part of this community since 2009. I've been a due payer in this community. My opponent said he's been here since 2009. You haven't been a member of this community. You haven't paid due in this community. Granted, if you're president of Old-Timer, we all pay dues in Old-Timer. All I'm asking, if we pay dues somewhere, there should be accountability.
I've challenged my opponent for the past 2 months. Show me 3-year bank statement that Old Town got 5 cents in the bank account. Up to today, there have been no bank account. This election is about transparency. If you want to be transparent in everything you do, the first thing you do, you examine yourself. Election integrity. No matter what happened, people have a lot of things to say in this community. But my character speaks for me. I'm a decent family man. I'm a respected family man. I'll bear my life, and people can vouch for my life. I'm a member of the African United Methodist Church. I'm a member of the board of trustees of the African United Methodist Church. A very Trinidad professional old-timer. I am a former board member of the Trinidad professional old-timer. That's what I bring to the community. I want this community, no matter who wins this election, to unify this community, that I did to bring all Mr. Ali, Mrs. Neda, Cora Yinka, and Francis Corey to the table. If we can do all of these things, together we can move our community forward. Whether you like me or not, everybody is guided by their conscience, and they know that I'm somebody with a good moral character. And in this election, character do matters. No matter where your money goes, I want you people to believe in yourself. I know the rhetoric is hard, but accountability matters in this election. No matter what happens. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. You know what? Because it looks like you guys are you're so anxious you want to clap. How about we clap for all 4 of them now? Let's go ahead. Questions from you on the floor as well as those in TV land. So for our candidates, and I will kick off with my very simple question to Hector and Anthony. What I like to understand is we have heard that this community has been embroiled in conflict for a very long time. The both of you here have served in several capacities in the community. As an educator myself, we tell our students an understanding of the problem is about 50% of the solution. What is your understanding of the root cause of the problem in this community? We'll start with you, Anthony. How do you understand what has been responsible for this prolonged conflict in the community?
Thank you. Thank you for that question. I've been part of the community. In 2012, there was an election in Trinidad community between Mr. James Ali and Mr. Emma Johnson. That election did not take place because in his soul rest in peace, the late Henry Bernard, the day before the election, the town mayor and Emma Johnson can say, Mr. Bernard was seen leaving the camp of Mr. Ali. And then they asked for the election commission chair to recuse himself from that process. Mr. Bernard said he was not going to recuse himself, he was going to carry on with the election. Then the Emma Johnson camp decided to go to court to file for injunction. Our injunction was filed
And then the court informed the both parties, if you guys can resolve your differences, you'll come back to the court, we can let you guys go ahead. So, I know about this community. I was here. That was not my first time voting. So, that was my second time going to vote in the election in the community. So, at the end of the day, no matter what happened, that is why we talk about transparency. If the election commission was transparent, we wouldn't have been here today. If the election commission was transparent in that election, which of course Rabbi John served as a co-chair to that election, we wouldn't have found ourselves here today. Now that we're already here, I want us to look ahead. What can we do? What have we done to unify all of the state actors in this election? That is why I went to Mr. Ali, I reached out to Mr. Emma Johnson, I reached out to Ms. Miller. I brought everybody together in the interest of the community. Because I know what the community meant for all of us and how best we can move this community forward. This community is not about old and young. This community is Liberian community. It's not about old and young. Look, we are here today because of the past leadership. If there were no leadership in the community, we would not be here debating and campaigning for president and vice president. Because people were there that laid the groundwork. Whether you love it or not, we are here today because of the same old people. Because they kept the community alive. So everybody in this hall today, I know the root causes, and I know I can unify this community. I've already started unifying this community, and I know we can bring everybody on board, no matter who wins this election. This election, no matter who wins the election, will need everybody to come on board. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You stay within the time. Thank you very much.
First of all, if I understood your question right, did you say the root cause of the committee, or you wanted all the explanation?
No, we need to, the root cause.
Oh, root cause, okay. I got confused when I was speaking this. Really, I would say my opponent just talked about accountability. Seems not to work with his character from Waso. I heard that some fun conversation for them when he was employed over Waso. Now I'm going to go into the root cause of this community. The root cause of this community is greed, is power hungry, and people dividing each other. My opponent just gave me the entire story. No need for me to give the story again. But I'll tell you. So the root cause in the community is greed, is power, hungry, and it's people dividing each other. As you can see here right now, they all, after 60 years, after I refused to yield to the policies, they all jump behind Anthony. Give it a chance. When Anthony doesn't do what he said, they all stop speaking to each other again. So I'll tell you that Liberian people need to learn what is good for them. Always look at the higher house. Know that your kids can one day be a medical doctor, your kids can one day be a pilot, your kids can one day be an engineer. Don't let them tell you that you can't do it because you're young. This is the same greed I had before. He said the election did not go on. That right here, the other group boycotted the election. They boycotted the election. That is the root cause of it. And the very thing I know you say you hear so much, you just said something that was untrue. And I'll let you know today, the president fired the board of the election commission on the eve of the elections. Thank God I wasn't here. I don't even want to be here to see the kind of thing happening. Because those things are completely corrupt, and these people should not be given power to run this community once more.
This is the thing that have been spoiling this community. They have been dormant for so long and have been in hibernation. They are coming out now. Why are they coming out? To say they want to rule you up and get rid of the entire legacy you have ever laid down. So I will say to this, Brother Anthony, you're a good man. I love you so much. But when you're talking about accountability, Old Time is the only organization in this city that gave financial report on the board. You see what I mean? You see everything. I'm not obliged to give you bank statement. You want a board member. The board can subpoena bank statement anytime they want to. You didn't do it. What kind of leadership do you have? You have no leadership. You talk about presidency. You board member. You never call presidency. The Constitution says that if the president does not call for election within 30 days, the board should move forward and call an election. Did you do that? No. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So we got alerted that there was something going on over here. Please, people, we're all Liberians here. Let's keep this thing simple. Let's have a good time. And let's enjoy ourselves. Yeah, we need to let all the tension, please. It's a community. After the elections, we'll all be here, right? And we have the lawmaker in the house. Right? Okay. So there are masks being passed around, even though, some of us may have been vaccinated and boosted and all that, but feel free to grab one of those if you feel the need. But let's get your questions to our candidates because they want to serve you. I come from Atlantic City. I mean, I come here a lot, but this is your community, so I want to make sure we hear you out. So they have indicated to us their understanding of the problem that has kept this community apart for so long. So we're waiting for your questions. Why are you getting them up? Hector and Anthony. I understand the two of you belong to the same church. Is that right? I understand the two of you belong to the Old Town Club. Is that right? So what is going on here? So, the two of you that are more with us. All right. But seriously though, I have a question for both of you. Do we have a question on the floor yet? Okay. Anthony, I listened to the two of you a lot, and you did get around quite a lot on the various social media. I understand you were once a member of the Old Timers Club on the board, and then you quit. All right. I understand you are the current president of the Old Timers Club. Okay. So he has alleged that you will bring it back old wine in new bottles, meaning you will bring it back the same old people who kept you apart all this time. That's what you're alleging. And you are accusing him of being a JJC. He's just coming into the community, right? What I want to understand is, if you quit the Old Timers Club, when you are confronted with problems in the community, are you going to quit or are you going to try to solve that problem? Think of that. Think of that. And then, Mr. Weir, you are still the president of the Old Timers Club. And I understand the Old Timers Club is very, very heavily involved in the community here. And you had that club. And yet, you haven't been able to resolve the problem here. But you think you can resolve the problem with the president? So I want you to speak to my question, then you come and speak to my question. Okay.
Mr. Moderator, I stayed member of the Kingdom Professional Old Timers. I did not quit. I stayed member of the Kingdom Professional Old Timers. You're going to quit? Yes. So, let me set the record straight. I'm not going to concern that law. Mr. We are known for character. To talk about me taking something from J1 shop, and I'm going to go that low. I'm a clever human being. I'm a decent human being. Because I don't want to run the campaign on rumors and innuendo. Mr. Hector was referred to as a pedophile. He never defended himself on that. So I don't want to bring rumors and innuendo into this he can go to Kingdom Police Center and get a police clearance that I stole from somebody. If you can bring proof, these are rumors and innuendo. Okay, we don't need that in the community. And I can assure you today, character wise, and the best thing concerning Old Timer. I've been a member of Old Timer. And I've been one of the highest done in Old Town. The records are there. The financial secretary, look, nobody has to agree, but the records are there. And in this election is of a policy difference. We go to the same church, but it's of a policy difference. This election is not what you must say in the same church or in the same room. It's about accountability. My opponent is not accountable. Spreadsheet is not bank statement. Anybody that did accounting, you can't bring a spreadsheet that does not match a bank statement. If you want to bring a spreadsheet, you need to match up a bank statement. And if Heather have told us that you have matched a bank statement with the spreadsheet, we won't be here today. Spreadsheet is one thing. Bank statement is another thing. So the issue of transparency and accountability, I know the tension is high. But please, if we can reason and understand one another, we'll move this community forward. No matter who wins this election, we want to work together to unify this community. There's no old, there's no young, there's no... Look, if you talk about old people have to incorporate the young people. No matter what we do. I'm far for my children. So if my children come 10, 15 years from now, am I old to the community? No. No matter what happens, this election is important to everybody. And this election will be won on policy difference. And character do matters. Thank you.
Thank you. Right. Before Mr. Weir comes on, candidates, we want to admonish you to stay with the issues. We're begging you. We're not going to go to the police station to get records. Mr. Weir, and please, let's stay with the issues, okay? Thank you very much. Let's stay with the issues, please. Let's leave the character out of it, okay? Let's talk about our competence. Okay, people, please.
Hello. Look, this debate is online. You are not supposed to be in this building. What is happening if it continues? The police will come and clear everyone on the board here. We want a perfect debate. You are only here to listen, and you are not debating the people that are right here. It's not your role. Whether they lie or they are not lying, just listen. Hector got the right to report what Anthony said. Anthony has the right to report what Hector said. If I hear that loud noise again, police declare you go from here. Am I kidding?
Thank you, Mr. Jabba. Thank you, Mr. Coordinator.
Before your time, let me repeat the
question
first.
I heard from the crowd, we have a timer here. Okay, we're trying to make sure everyone is treated equally.
Yeah, you gotta look at that time.
We understand there are some disagreements in the crowd. You heard the coordinator. We don't want to ask you to leave, but we really won't hesitate. We will do it. If you can't keep it together and can't be an adult, then we'll ask you to leave the audience. Please consider this your last warning. We're not going to waste time on these. We are all adults here. Let's behave ourselves. Please. We have enough time to do this. Thank you.
Mr. Moderator, thank you again. Mr. Anthony, thank you for just clarifying that I do give financial report because spreadsheet that report. Okay. Nobody gets financial report every day with bank statement. You are a board member. If you need bank statement, ask for it. Okay? Let's go to the community. I've served professional old timers for 6 years now. And all through my 6 years, I've worked tremendously with the community. Trinidad Old Timer is the hottest spot. Every one of them right here have asked to be a member of Trinidad Professional Old Timers, including Mrs. Starlo Miller. I paid dues in Trinidad Professional Old Timer, and I have it. Yeah, Gene Allen says you're right. But everybody else, you understand? Mr. Johnson has come numerous times and brought book bag to our programs. So thank you, Mr. Johnson. Cora Yinka has asked to be a social member, and I praise you too. So thank you, Cora Yinka. My own man, Jara, I with you all the time. We were there to your house. You know what we do every day. I have been a unifier in this community. The reason you see me acting like this, it was last week, just yesterday, when they asked me to run along with them on a ticket. And because I refused, they came and picked somebody behind me to form a puppet government. So this is the problem we're in right now. That's why I said you can be friends, but as soon as you refuse and do not follow the policy, then they break away. But all through this organization have involved the IE, have involved the Barrow, have involved the older people, have involved the younger people. Trinidad Professional Old Timer almost have 90% of the people in the community without being the community organization. Who is the face of this community? Trinidad Professional Old Timers. So when you talk about unification, you talk about Trinidad Professional Old Timers. But now if you talk about pretense, then you talk about them. Because they were with you, they laughed, they drank, they ate with you, and then they backward you in 1 week. Open your eyes well for your children. Your children means better. You know what we're going to do in this community? We're going to institute a community commercial system where everybody will be able to get together, right? And form a business association that everybody will be able to lend money from banks and be able to do better things in our community. It seems that when people have low income and live in a community that nobody can help them, the only thing they do is envy and backward each other every day. The solution of this problem is empowering people. Empower people through businesses, empower people through college endowment funds, empower people through owning properties. You got redevelopment zones here, you got an auction going. We have worked with you all through the times. We work with you on several different issues. And all these people have been a part of it. So nobody can say that we are not a unifier. We have always been a unifier, and we have always been for the people in the community. Give us the chance to continue to do better for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Weir. Thank you very much. Our colleague Derek Yalla has a question from the floor. Who do you want to start with?
Actually, I have quite a few questions.
Okay, let's do one at a time.
Yes, it is on the issue of transparency and accountability. And I have the issues of the allegations to the African School for Mr. Clyde, and also the issue, one of the questions from the audience want you to take into consideration that you are in a church. And the question was if you can swear that you have never received a financial report from Mr. Weir. I think you've already answered that. And one of the questions I would like to draw your attention to is, I'll read it as opposed to the question. You said that in the previous debate that you came to the United States of America and was able to obtain your residency status. Is it true that you were sent to the United States to work and returned to Liberia after the job is completed, or you never returned? Therefore, how are you going to show transparency and accountability in leading the Liberian community?
Thank you. Let me address the first question about J.Y. Sharp. J.Y. is a very good and decent man. When I never had paper, J.Y. gave me a job. And Mr. Johnson, Fire Johnson, and Fatu Johnson recommended me to Jackson Ward. And Fire Johnson is in this hall today. And Fatu Johnson is also in this hall today. Look,
I don't want to go down low about J1 Sharp because I'm living a successful life. I work, which is Bobby, you guys just give me some respect, I would appreciate it. Just show me some respect. Thank you. Just show me some respect. Mr. Moderator, can you ask the president sister to show me some Mr.
Where is it? In the register? In the register? Mr. Jabba, we need a lady in the register to leave. What is it? Settle down. If you want to hang on,
Friends of people, listen up. Listen up. Listen. 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 Some of us, we have no face to cry in this. From the time, no, you're not interrupting me. You're not interrupting me. Okay? You have to give me a second. Okay? I have said it over and over and over. After all this, we have to coexist as a community. And you guys over here are failing us. I have come over here and I've asked you several times to tempt it down. You have to cooperate. She's not being removed and careless. She's taking time out. She needs time to cool down. If you don't like it, you might have to follow her. But she's taunting the speaker, and we're not going to have that. We're not going to have that. We're not being disrespectful, but we have to maintain peace, calm, and order here. Some of us are conflict adverse. We don't want, but if we have to, we'll ask you to be. We will not hesitate. Thank you. Give the speaker time to speak.
1 minute. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Nagwe. Again, this is Minerva Grant. Minerva Grant. I am now acting president for ULAA, or president for Liberia. Mr. Name finished saying everything. And everybody that was on the Zoom meeting last night, we said it. Police is patrolling this area. And we said, I'm looking at everybody that one side. If anybody come here to disrespect, anybody come here to destroy, anybody come here and think they want to hijack this debate, we will call the police. And I'm not calling the police to say that destroy me. I think that's what the word said. Terrorist act. No, we will do it. That's what I said. I'm not joking. If you're not going to do it, I said it. And when you go to jail, because when I walk out there, it's not to say serious down. When you go on Monday, I will go talk about it. But I'm just saying it. Please, don't respect each other. I wanted to come here today. I call and let the people. I said, I'm so happy that my two brothers are here. So that means that they keep going. They will get on dinner tomorrow. And the community will be together. And I will see a leg pump. I'm going tomorrow night. I'm going to start having to find it to the other community for the operation. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Sorry for the interruption.
No problem. So, on the issue of J1 allegation is false, it's misleading. In this forum, and I'm going to call names of people that have called me personally for assistance, one way or the other. Can I get your second question?
Thank you.
I think there were 2 or 3 questions.
No, I think he. Okay, why Derek is looking, most of the questions we are getting are all very personal and character related. We're going to disqualify them. We don't want the candidates to attack each other's characters. Please don't ask them to do so.
give us questions relative to the issue. How we will make the community better. That's what we want. All right? So all the questions you send about character and all of that, he will dismiss them. Try again, please. Thank you. You have one?
I was going to repeat the question on the immigration. Okay. I'll read the question I see. You said you stated in your previous debate that you came to the United States of America and was able to obtain a residency status. Is it true that you were sent to the United States to work and return to Liberia after the job is completed? Again, I said that before the question, you can choose to answer or not. He asked me to repeat the question.
Okay.
So yeah, we did that question border on character, we'll leave that out. We're not INS, we're not going to do work with INS. However, while we're gathering the questions,
Hector and Anthony, you're doing a wonderful job. Thank you very much. Mr. Pace has asked a question, and while we're gathering more, we want to address yourself to this question. And I think it's very pertinent. If you don't win tomorrow, genuinely, how prepared are you for the sake of the community? Not to take us to court, not to get on Spoon TV, not to get on Henry Costa, not to get on Michael Gilman. How prepared are we to put this behind us if you win or you win so that we can get to the community? That's the best one.
Come tomorrow, May 14th. If the results are up and Mr. Weah wins this election, I personally will place a call to Mr. Weah and congratulate Mr. Weah. Because I want this community to come together. I want this community to move. If Mr. Weah wins this election tomorrow, I want to call on everybody that supported me to give that support to Mr. Weah. I'm in the church and I'm saying that. I've been saying it to all of the churches I visited. This election tomorrow, if my opponent wins this election, I personally will call him, and if he invite me to the inauguration, I will be there to show support to Mr. Weah and the community. The community is bigger than us. This community is bigger than us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will be one of the witnesses if you decide to go to court. Mr. Coordinator, we think our sister is well rested. She can, if she wants to come back in, she can come back in. She's still here. Oh, she's here? Great, okay. All right, Mr. Weah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will say the way how it's supposed to be said. My Anthony Wayne, I will congratulate you and we'll move forward. But
no,
I'm going to say something today for the good of everybody so that next time it does not happen. I wouldn't have been here at this election because ULAA is poorly running this election. I will tell you very strictly, when you have an election and both candidates are asking questions, those questions should be answered before the elections. You don't push things to this extent and they'll be microphone say, will you accept it? That's unfair and that's not good. I will tell you this today. And Lrtn people are good at sporting things, I said, let them leave it for God's sake. But if you have an election, you should be professional enough to run the elections that you put your mind on to run. We have the old timers. I'm there to do a lot of things for Lrtn people. There are a lot of programs that we can run from the old timers. I don't have to be president of Lrtn. So when I turn away tomorrow, I will shake your hand. I will tell you, when you're going to New York, you'll do a better job in New York. Because the job you're doing here is absolutely not good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And like I told Anthony, if you choose to go to court, I will also be one of the witnesses showing up in court. Okay, we have some questions coming in, but I want to kind of piggyback a little bit on what you said. As a part of the Greater Liberian community, one of the things we do here is we tax ourselves to death. The Liberian organizations here, many of us do not go outside the community to fundraise. So I want you to tell us specifically, and don't tell me I'll do a lot of things. A lot of things is not numerical. I want you to quantify. Tell us specifically, how is it that when you accede to the leadership, you will not depend on dues payment, taxation? Because one of the complaints I heard you levy against him, which is good. It's good, but it should be one of the avenues you use to fund this. So, what specific programs that you have ready to help fundraise for the community to address the so many needs that we have in the community? And either one of you can decide to go first. Okay. Specific. No, it's okay. You already are.
So the last time we had a debate, and they asked my opponent, how will you fund your programs? And my opening answer was, we'll collect dues. And I was strongly against that. Dues cannot fund programs in this community. Out of fact, the Constitution says that due is $5 per person. I run the Lrtn professional old timers. Almost 50% of the people cannot pay dues, including my opponent. So to say that dues is going to take care of all these problems in the community is absolutely false. Now, you have a lot of programs and fundraising that you can do. Absolutely right. But you have federal fundings for community. You have statewide funding for community and municipal funding for community. For example, we do have the CDBG grant. You are limited to apply for a CDBG grant and use it for community purposes. There's also many state programs that help community like you. For your youth program, your back to school program, your aftercare program, and so much more. The city also has some program that will take away a lot of the weight off your shoulder. For example, the city has Kids Under the Stars. So kids go out there to watch movies and to see everything that happening. You don't have to tax people for those kinds of things. You understand? And also you have the American Rescue Plan money from federal government. You can still apply for it as a community. And just have a project, propose a project, have people manage a project, and you can do a lot more for your community. Secondly, there are many grant writers out there. Just identify your projects, go out there and ask them what grants are available for community development. They will give you a list of many projects, and you will pick from that list and apply for you, and you can still get those grants. Lastly, you can go to City Hall and have an open request. Request every businesses in your community. When you do so, you will have all the businesses, including J.Y. Store. You write a letter to them and say, we have these community programs to carry on. We need your support. Why do you think the American people behind the McDonald's and they're serving food? Why do you think Home Depot gave us circles and blocks on the Earth Day program? Because they are obliged to do so, because we fund those businesses by paying our money. So why must we say we will collect $5 to run our program? That is absolutely impossible. So I ask you today, think about all the programs that are available. Nike have a program, for example. Nike can even come here and build you a stadium. We want them to do so. But we have been taking low for too long. We are here today to tell you, take high. They had it for 30 years. They never took high. We are here now to tell you, if you think high, we will do things better for you in this community. Father, I will not call you. No more. Many of you, not only Anthony one, many of you have not been paying dues. I want to bring that due thing here today. Well, now you guys have to forget about it. Because I want to show the dues that everybody has been paying, including Koran. So that everybody can know. So that's what happened. So ladies and gentlemen, know that there's funding out there for you. You can always apply for those fundings, and these fundings can help you. Even the police, we can have a partnership with the police. All these things are available to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Graham. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
3 seconds left. Sorry.
To set the record straight, on that online show, I said so many reasons and so many ways we can respond for the community. There was not only ever meeting deals. Meeting deals is to show commitment and appreciation to the organization. That's the meaning of meeting deals. But there are bigger things that can be done in this community. Look, this community in the state of New Jersey, there are a lot of programs that we all, as Liberians, can benefit from. The Methodist Church that I goes to, they have a food bank. They give out food. How do they do that? They apply for these things. Our administration, if we are given the opportunity to serve our community, we want to reach out to all of these businesses. That is why, if my memory can serve me right, in 2012 or 2011, the Constitution of the Liberian community was amended to include everybody, not only Liberian. It should include everybody. In order to get all of the grain, the community is open to everybody. So it is just Liberian community. The Wawa, the Dunkin' Donuts, the McDonald's, they're not going to invest into the community. That is why under Mrs. Miller leadership, the Constitution was amended to enable American, Nigerian, Cameroonian, Hispanic, everybody to form part of this community. So if we are given the opportunity to serve, we're going to come up. I got a lot of team, very good team of professionals that will come and work in the interest of the community. If we win this election, I'm going to extend an olive branch to our opponent, because this community needs to move forward. If we win this election, and if there's any way my opponent and his team can help this community move forward, we're going to move this community forward. But to conclude, if I'm going to participate in a contest that is not free, fair, and transparent, I will not want to be there. If my opponent is saying what ULAA is doing is not good, what ULAA is doing is unfair, is bad, because of ULAA we're here today. Because of ULAA we're here today. And like I said, this election is a policy different. We can move this community forward together. We can bring our people together and move our community to a higher height. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bayer. Thank you very much. Thank you to our candidates, Hector and Anthony. So we've been reminded that we need to mix it up. We need to also ask the vice presidential candidate, and we agree. But where are the questions? Do you have any questions for us? You bring us the questions, right? Okay, so if you didn't get the number, text your question to 609 908 1213. 609 908 1213. I believe Derek has a question. Okay.
Mr. Moderator. Mr. Moderator.
Yes.
Let me just say something real quick.
We're not taking comments from the floor. We read the rules to you. Please send it to. What is wrong with our current people? I mean, we didn't follow simple rules. Do we take exceptions? No. Because then those get lucky, right? Again, sir, 609 908 1213. Okay.
Let them write their question and give it to them.
Yes. Okay, I heard that. We will call your name when you write your question. Thank you very much. Isaiah, Amos, right? I know you're a candidate, but do you mind? Don't make me to your support. Please write your question if you can't text it. I think Derek has a question. So we will soon be winding it down. It's Friday night. It's almost 9 o'clock. So please get your question in.
I have three questions actually. One directly to Mr. Bailey, another to Mr. Weir, and then a general question to both of you. To Mr. Weir, the question is interested in knowing, do you think it's a professional protocol to denounce the union before the elections? That's a direct question to you. And to Mr. Bailey, this question is about trust. They're asking you to point to one thing you've done in this community that should make them to give you their trust. And the question to both of you that was texted to the number that were announced, to both parties, which one of the organizations in this community that have impacted Liberian lives that you both know of in any way? Yes, the question, do you think is a professional protocol to denounce the ULAA before the election? No, one to you and one general.
Okay, I did not denounce ULAA. I denounced a couple of things that happened before the elections, and I asked that they make corrections moving forward. So, all I'm saying is we always talk for the best. We all said there should be a round table. That was never afforded us in this election. We're not able to sit down, express our grievances, and even make suggestions. We were never afforded that. So I'm coming to the elections without my voice being heard. But yet and still, I'm going to go through this election because I know that I'm strong and I will win this election. If Anthony wins, I will shake your hand, but I will win this election. And I just want to make something clear. Mr. Conrad, you can correct me, because the Constitution of God have a signature on it, and maybe Jacob. It never said the Constitution is open to everybody to join the Liberian community. It said spouses of people, Liberian people, your spouse, can join the Liberian community. My friend just said it's open to everybody. I want to say that is absolutely false. It's not the Constitution that I have. I don't know which one they're reading. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Second one, I think you said two questions.
Yes, this one is to both of you. Which one of the organizations in this community that you think have impacted Liberian lives in any way that you know of? And that's a general question to both of you.
It's obvious. It's obvious. Even my opponent will tell you the same thing. So I'm the president of Trade Professional Old Timers. The president is the dream bearer of any organization. Any organization has a CEO that attends to the mission and vision of that company. And everybody else work along with the strategists to make the vision come to light. So Trade Professional Old Timer has been the face of the Liberian community for the past 6-7 years. When they all left this Liberian community, there was nothing, absolutely nothing. When we came, I said, where is the July 26 program? Nothing was happening here. Today we can boast of a parade in the city and the streets of Trenton every July 26. Now, you're talking about how and when. Trenton Old Timer got the how, they got it when, and got the know-how. So Trenton Professional Old Timers, for example, have reached out to everybody within this community, have instituted programs. Let me go to the social program. Let me all the big people, all the social programs. There's not a life maybe in this building that Trenton Professional Old Timers have not touched, either directly or indirectly. If you not put your hands up, then we'll know. That's not true. But anyway, one person is less than 0.000% of the whole. So that means you're doing a good job. Only one person put your hands up. And I'm a father and so it's good. But anyway, we have our older people who have always been there for us. They've always been there, mentoring us, and always been around. So we give them the thanks and the praises and pay them for the time that we have done all these things all through the year. All we say here today is that the old politicians who spoiled this place will not be given the power to come and rule this place again.
Thank you.
We have been there, you all have been there for us. We want to say thank you to everybody. Let's continue to do the great job that we have always been doing.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you. I believe.
There's a real question to Mr. Pai.
Okay. Do we have anything for the renegades?
No, I'm not receiving.
Okay.
Keep the questions coming for the renegades. Questions are either directed to Mr. Pai or Mr. Williams.
Okay. So, what you want to do? I mean, y'all want to hear They are not running for the same position, Mr. Yenka. They're not running for the same position. They can't answer the same questions.
Thank you.
My opponent said the information I gave the community to be open was misleading.
Mr. William, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I would like to encourage you to stick to the question I will ask. I'll give you a minute for rebuttal. I will give you a minute for rebuttal, but I would like to have you stick to the question I will ask. The question is, can you point to anything in the community that you have done other than your participation with TPOC? Can you point to something that you've done that will make your constituents to trust you to vote you?
In this community, I've done a lot of things in the community as an individual.
Whoa.
There's nobody in this community that will say something happened to Anthony or something happened to me and Anthony did not stop by. Nobody in this congregation will say, Anthony has never identified with me one way or the other. Let's get that straight. The issue here, we all know, this campaign is very tense. And I know in campaign, people tend to bury the good side of the other person. But at the end of the day, no matter what happens in this election comes tomorrow, there will be a winner and there will be a loser. And we are going to win this election comes tomorrow. No matter what happens, we are going to unify this community. Concerning the Constitution, on October 29, 2011, the Constitution of this community was amended. I don't know which one Mr. Weir is reading, but if you go to the Constitution that was amended in October 11, on October 29, 2011, that includes everybody. If Mr. Weir can prove me wrong on that, if you go to the amendment of the Constitution, you're going to see that.
Mr. Pai.
Mr.
Pai, again, I'll give you a minute to respond to the question. Can you point again?
Mr. Moderator.
He is a part of the team. He's all right.
Okay. If you answer the question, we'll move on. If you answer the question, we will move on. The next question that Mr. Hector already answered to which one of the organizations in this community that have impacted Liberian lives that you can point to? That is the question I was asked.
The Liberian Community Association of Central New Jersey and the Trinity Professional Old Timer and other churches have impacted the lives of other people.
Thank you very much. Now, my next question from the beginning. Let me provide a rebuttal to the audience. You can keep your questions coming. There are a lot of questions coming. All of them will not be asked. So we ask you to keep it very specific and brief.
There's one for the vice president.
Okay. And my next question will be to both of you, but since you're on the stage, you can respond to it. How will you engage the community to be motivated to attend meetings and participate on the various committees?
Come tomorrow. After this election, I'm going to set up an ad hoc committee. I'm going to reach out to Team Hector and the rest of the other people in the community to see how best we all can come together. We all can come together and work in the interest of our community. And our ad hoc committee going to comprise of clergymen, stakeholders in the community, and members of Trinity Professional Old Timers, and all
organization and other women as well. Everybody want to come on this team to make sure we work in the interest of our community. This whole thing that is going on, there's a one common denominator we have here. It's our community. No matter who wins this election, we want to look one another in the face and say, look, we are all one people. So we want to unify this community, and no matter who wins this election, I'm going to reach out to that person. If Mr. Weah wins this election, I'm going to reach out to Mr. Weah, and I'm going to do everything humanly possible to move this community forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Weah.
Thank you.
Just to remind you, we'll give you a minute to respond to this question. How will you engage the community to be motivated to attend meetings and participate on the various committees?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. It's so simple. Even in the old town, to get in the county meeting, it's hard. So my opponent said, or reached out to people, it's hard. You have to do something to entice the people. That's why when you work somewhere, they give you bonus. There's bonus program. On day one, I'm going to institute a council of youth in this community. I'm going to form the council of youth. Secondly, I'm going to form the Liberian Chamber of Commerce. Liberian Chamber of Commerce. That will afford you to be able to open businesses, sit down, have a roundtable discussion about finances. The youth, I met them the other day on a roundtable. The problems they have in this community are immense. A lot of you don't know. I will not disturb you. So I'll stop my time over, please. You're disturbing me. I gotta stop over. Yeah, the ULAA people disturb me, and my thoughts gone, so I gotta stop over.
Sorry, Mr. Candidate. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta put my thoughts back together.
What's happening here is that the number was put on the screen, so you have people from all over the United States sending in questions. So that's what we're trying to rectify here before we start.
So, start over, ladies and gentlemen. We will talk to people. But first of all, you gotta make the man know what he got in it. So, if you form a Liberian Chamber of Commerce, people know that they have the ability to talk to the New Jersey Small Business Association, and they can one day be business owners. If you form the Liberian Youth Council, like my opponent said, what the youth are all about in the last debate, these youth will come together and tell you their problems, what's happening on the streets, what they are doing. We don't dismiss them. Dismissing them, not going to bring people together. For the adults, they say teach a man how to fish. When you start fishing, he will enjoy. When you start enjoying, everybody will come together. And then lastly, we're going to have a power hot program. Meet everybody one by one, talk to them. Come right, my friend. I just say that's up here. We do anything. You might even vote for me. Yeah. And I don't know get to the team card and everybody here. So we did first of the last week. So set the political season. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. You have a question for the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So we will probably take maybe 3 or more questions, 3 from the screen, and then we'll call in the organizers of the debate. I believe they have a comment to make, and then we'll have them make their closing remarks. I'm not sure if the lawmaker has something to say to us, so we might have to squeeze it in to give us a word or two. So just be mindful, we will not be able to take all the questions, we'll do the best we can, but we begin to wind down. Okay? So, Derek, what do you have? For the VP?
Yes.
Okay. Vice Presidential candidates, Ms. Gordon and Mr. Maxwell.
We have a question for both of you. It's actually 3 in 1. And the question is, describe your relationship with your running mate, and what is the role of the VP in the Liberian community? And also, how would you, as a vice president, run the community if, let's say, the president was unavailable?
Ms. Gordon, you want to go first? Okay.
And you have 2 minutes.
Please repeat the last question, please.
The last question, how would you as a vice president run the community in the absence of the president?
And number 1,
Describe the relationship with your running mate. And the second question is, what is the role of the VP in the Liberian community?
Describing my role with my partner, Hector, we have a very good relationship. Being in the Liberian community and the treatment professional farmers, we have worked together in unison. We went together giving out food to the community, doing what we're supposed to do as a team, working together as a team member. Because being a team member, you work together, you do good, being as team and being one. So being with Mr. Weir, I have been a vast knowledge on how to run a community, on how to do what you're supposed to do when your partner is not around. We have done this when the community is still divided, I would say, after elections. We have put treated the professional farmers together through him, and I learned that from him. I've learned how to ask questions when you want to know what you want to know. And to describe the second one is
your role.
My role as a vice president in the Liberian community. As a vice president with the Liberian community, in the Liberian community, we have to give agendas of how we work with the president to give agendas while the president is not around to make sure our communities are set up and run perfectly in a timely and fashionable manner.
You have, how would you run the community if the president is absent?
The president is not around, I will run the community by getting the agendas and getting all sub-communities to come together to know what we're supposed to do in a timely and fashion manner, as I just said.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Massaquoi?
The question?
Sure, please.
The question 3-1, describe your relationship with your running mate, and what is the role of the VP in the Liberian community, and how would you as a VP run the community in the absence of the president?
Well, the relationship with Mr. Tony is cordial. He's a professional young man. We share the same values. This is why I accepted to work with him. The role of the vice president is to buttress the effort of the president in case of his unavailability. I bring to the table vast knowledge in both the corporate and business sector. I will be able to work along with fellow cabinet members with support on the board to ensure our program move forward. Also, what was the last question you said?
How would you run the community as a VP if the president is absent?
Well, I answered that question, but I will reiterate. In the absence of the president, we're going to still run our agenda. Like I mentioned, I'm well qualified and competent to ensure the full execution of the administration. I'm going to work in close consultation with our board members. We're going to ensure that all policies that include senior citizen sustainability, that include community bureau revitalization, we're going to make sure it is enhanced and well organized. Let me tell you something. I listened to our opponent speak about organizing the Liberian Business Association. This is an organization that has been in existence president already. So, as a person from the business background, we're going to incorporate all of these ideas that we've already been doing to educate our Liberian businesses that we have already done to ensure they have access to the benefits that they need. Is there another question for that?
You have 24 seconds, so.
Well, so come on tomorrow. Please vote Team Anthony and Team Peter. We are best suited to run this community. We have the integrity, we have the financial support, we have the connection to move the community forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll do 2 more questions and then we'll call it a night. But because we know as soon as the speaker will leave, they will make their closing remarks the last. 2 questions. We'll call on a representative of the union to come and say something to us. And then we'll have the law mayor, who is our host, to make a comment. We will make a brief comment, and then they will make their closing remarks. We'll keep it very, very brief. 2 more questions.
The next question is actually the both of you. It's actually, I'm sorry, to Mr. Weir. And it draws us to that allegations you've been making on social media. This person is interested in knowing. In recent times, you've been on social media accusing the union official of adding ghost name to the voter roll. How will you concede defeat if you don't win the election?
I didn't want to hear this story, but it seems like you want to hear this story. I want to hear this story? So ULAA came here on 2 separate occasions, April 16th and April 30th. We called the vice president and she received any mail-in ballot between April 16th and April 30th. She said no on the phone. We have recorded to that effect. We also asked her if our opponents sent her ballots. She told us she was not on obligation to tell us anything. We sent our complaints to ULAA. They did not respond to our complaints. We sent our complaints to the president of ULAA. He ignored our complaints. We sent our complaints to the board of directors of ULAA. It was the only moment when the president of ULAA responded to us. This is bad, this is unfair, and this is unprofessional. Let me tell you. So, the vice president of ULAA sitting in Minnesota told us that he received 400 extra ballots than what we even got in Trenton. Our question to her was simple. If you received 400 extra ballots, how did you receive it? Her answer to me is on tape. We received it through text messages. I asked her the question. You say not true. They meant disturbing me. They meant disturbing me. This man is disturbing me. He's disturbing me and disturbing me as I'm speaking.
Who was that?
Mr. James Allen is disturbing me. Mr. James Allen is disturbing me. Mr. James Allen is disturbing me.
You met him?
Him, right here, Mr. James Allen is disturbing me. Yeah, keep talking about me as I'm talking. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I got power for you today. Okay, so the vice president of ULAA told us that he had proof to show us postmarks on the envelopes, which he did not do to us, and she went on the show to show some envelope with pen writing. Postmark is stamped that's on an envelope. It's not writing on an envelope. She said the people pay her money through ULAA, Cash App and Zelle.
So you have to also say 2 minutes. I'm sorry.
So that's the problem in the community. We are still going to election and we will win this election.
Mr. Bayi, no question wasn't asked to you, but you have a minute to respond to whatever your opponent said, if you choose so.
I think that's it.
listening.
Listen, I know that most of them voted in the election. All of the forms and people will show proof of ID that they live in Central Jersey and this metro area. So, there will be poor observers. If there's a ghost, the ghost will be identified. So this election comes tomorrow. Everybody, please make sure, bring a valid driver license or valid state issue ID. That will enable you to vote. Thank you.
And
This is the last question.
The last question from the audience. So before I ask the question, let me just say a big thank you to all of you in the audience for sending in your questions. Even though not all of them were asked, but we truly appreciate your participation. The question is to both Tim Anthony and Tim Weir. What have you guys done differently in the community as president and member or board member of Ottawa that will be different as leader or president of the community?
One minute.
Okay.
1 minute. No, go ahead, but you have 1 minute.
Come May 14, I encourage all of us. You have listened to everybody. I'm telling you today, and I can show you. I'm different because I have a good character. I'm different because I'll bring about transparency in this community. I'm different because I'll bring about accountability. This election is about policy. It's not about individual. That makes me different from my opponent. A spreadsheet is not a financial report without a bank statement to mark that spreadsheet. The spreadsheet may sound beautiful, but in fact, it's not a financial report. So this election is about all of these things. And come tomorrow, I ask you to vote with your conscience. Thank you.
Thank you. Did Mr. We already address that?
No, yes.
Okay. You got 1 minute.
Could you repeat the question, please?
The question, what have you done as president of Ottawa? What have you done differently as president of Ottawa that you will do differently? I'm sorry, let me repeat the question. What have you done as president of Ottawa that you will do differently as president of, if you're elected president of the community?
Repeat that question, please. Yes.
I'll read the question again. What have you done as president?
That's the same question you asked.
That was the same question, same thought. What have you done differently as president? In his case, he was member of Ottawa. No, I said in his case, he was member of Ottawa. What have you done differently that you will do as president of the community?
Do you mean what have I done and what will I do differently?
Again, this is not my question.
All right, I'll take it to be what am I going to do differently? Okay. So I will tell you it's straightforward and plain and simple. Liberian people, we did it for old timers, and we made them to be the face of the community. We work with Mayor in Hamilton, Jeff Marley. Today, we can go to Hamilton and say, Jeff, we work with you, now you Mayor, we can work with you. We also work on various political campaigns, including our Governor Murphy, and our own mayor right here. So it's very simple. When I become president of this community will never be a community of baby shower and drinking and being in backyard to decide the function of this community. No. This community will be about education, endowment for our kids to move forward and get the PhD, and get a master's degree, and move forward to hold big positions in the city, in the state, and in the United States of America. I will tell you today, do not listen to people who think low. Listen to people who think high. Listen to people who have expectations. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you all very much. We are winding down. We'll call on the union. If you have a quick comment to make, you don't have to. You don't feel like it. The coordinator.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Madam Acting President, the lawmaker of Trenton, fellow lesbians, I want to give you a big thank you for showing up tonight and showing the love for your community. I leave you with this thing. King to unite Trenton. That is the only goal of ULAA. The coordinator standing here, I will not be James Cumming. You remember James Cumming? No. James Cumming was a CIA director. If of this, something like this, that way he brought out Hillary Clinton email or something. I'm not here. Number two, our being here is to make sure who wins tomorrow will be the choice of the people of Trenton. You got no fish. All I would want to say, thank you. You have to listen to your candidates. Go and decide for yourself what you heard and how people vote. I'm not going to say this candidate, that candidate. Please, thank you for coming. And I appreciate it. Come to the poll and vote. You saw the rules that we put in a chat room, and I will just say one or two. 7:00 a.m. tomorrow, campaign close. Especially around the polling station. You cannot come to vote with your team local. It's not accepted. You cannot come around the polling station to canvass for votes. It's not allowed. Come 7:00. Campaign for this election, as far as we're concerned, close. Your poll watcher that's supposed to observe what is going on. We have contracted an election company based in New York for honest ballots. They bring in 4 machines, and by 7:00, they will be at the hall. AM, sir. If you want to come 7 p.m., you're most welcome. They will come. And your poll watcher should be there by that 7:00. The reason is we want them to watch the people when they set him up. Before they say they brought William Boy and put it inside. Your poll watcher. And let me also make it explicit again. Only the presidential candidates are team. So they can send their poll watcher. But clean down from the secretary to all the 15 board members. You can send your own poll watcher. Because those positions are standing on their own. We have a very big hall. Don't worry about the priorities. We'll take care of that. Big hall. Secondly, there's no alcohol beverages
please stand with your eye clear. And the intention is that you come in to disrupt the election. I'm sorry. Be prepared. I want to ask you to please. I want for you to please come there. And by the way, ULAA team that conducting this election are 4 members teams. We have the vice president, who now is the acting president of ULAA. Ms. Anita Grant, are you there? All right. And then we have Reverend Robert Reeves. Is the regional vice president for Eastern Region. Then we have Madam Monsieur, who I'm told is state private. She has not arrived yet. These, and including myself, I'm here for Java, I'm the national coordinator for the entire 56. Okay. The acting president just told me that we are blessed to have the financial secretary here, Alexander Bax. He will help tomorrow at the polling station. Then we have the general secretary, Emmanuel Nahwe. She also will be at the board to help because there are a lot of things that will go on. So it is a way of introducing a team that will be there. But one thing that is guaranteed, fair and clean. Who wins will be printed. Nothing else.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Coordinator. Thank you very much. I am glad that you closed out by recognizing the other officials of ULAA in the house. My friend Basi, I'm happy for you, but I was getting upset because you did not recognize the Secretary General. Not because she's my wife, but you just didn't recognize her. Madam Secretary General, it's great to have you in the house. Best Secretary General ever. Yeah. Okay. All right, that was a joke, serious joke. But Reverend Reed, we didn't have him on the agenda, but he is responsible for this region. We'll give you only 30 seconds. You know how pastors are. Only 30 seconds. You want to make a brief comment.
Matthew. What wrong with Trenton, New Jersey? All right. Now in New Jersey, we will call on the old timer. Mr. Mayor, we want to take our heart out for you taking up the time to come and be with your people. So we say, may God bless you as you keep on keeping on. I want to express my thanks and appreciation to all of you that I work with. And being the Eastern Regional Vice President, this is my chapter. And it's a chapter that I'm working on the Vice President, now the Acting President. And again, people may say what they have to say, but we enjoy working with you all. And we say thank you for giving up yourself. Thank you for coming to make this happen. And again, we say thank you, and we God bless us all, and we see you tomorrow. I'm willing to work with anyone that comes. Make sure that we here to unite our people, not just in Trenton, but it's in all over on the East Coast.
Thank you, Reverend.
So I'm working. Amen.
Thank you. Amen. Thank you, Reverend. Thank you. Thank you. He happened to see it within his time. Reverend. Okay, at this time we'll give the Lorddale a minute or two. Thank you for welcoming us into your city. And please feel welcome here as well. Thank you very much.
I have to say this is a really lively debate, and this is what democracy is all about. And it's still as contentious as they sometimes come. It's not as bad as council. So, but we all have to work together at the end. And I want to wish both candidates lots of luck tomorrow, and that we'll, at the end of the day, we're all going to work together. Because the Liberian community is so important to the city of Trenton's fabric. You're all walks of life. I see Liberians every day at City Hall. When I go to Mercer Arc, I serve on the board. I see a lot of Liberians work for Mercer Arc, work in the hospitals. And you really make the fabric of Trenton just outstanding. And that's why I'm here, and I hope that you all take part in the municipal elections that are going to take part in November. So this is
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lorddale. Okay, so on behalf of the debate team of Ms. Mrs. Derek Yalan. We want to thank you very much. We think we had a good time here tonight. Yeah, we had little, but on the whole, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Generally, we had a good time. We want to thank Bishop Awori for allowing us to use the facility. We want to thank you very much. We've already thanked the union, especially the VP and the National Secretary, the coordinator, and of course the Secretary General. We thank you very much. We thank Lrtn for being here tonight and sharing this live for us. We recognize our friends from the Soul TV, how you're doing, Dominic George, and I guess his colleagues. We want to thank you, the candidates, tonight. You've been so professional. Thank you so much. We believe you explained yourself, and we think we're ready to go out tomorrow to vote. So, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, we will start with the vice presidential candidates, 30 seconds. And then, for their closing comments. And then the presidential candidate, 1 minute only, and we'll do time to you. Thank you very much. Start with the master question. Start with the bloody earlier. 30 seconds, your closing.
Thank you, Liberians. Thank you for showing up today. We want to assure you tomorrow, when you vote for our team, you will never regret. We have the skills and abilities to move the community forward. This is why we are here to lead. Come what may, this is about the Liberian community. We are not enemies. We are not going to war. Some of us have worked in the private sector to help empower many people. We have provided many assistance and will continue to do it, whether win or lose. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning.
Thanks to everyone for being here and being polite. That's a joke.
They don't like that joke.
Team Hector and Team Leonard is the best team to vote for. The team that has a vision. The team that will move the community forward. We have our elderly in the community. Please come out and vote. We have connections. We have the determination to move this community to a better level.
Thank you.
So come and vote tomorrow. Don't say that, do something.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Moderator, I want to say thank you for having this very tough and challenging debate. I want to say thank you to all of you. To everybody, we want to say thank you for coming. Thank you for showing your support. This is the beauty of democracy. Democracy, after tomorrow, this community is going to be one community. No matter what happens in this election, after tomorrow, we all going to reach out to one another to see how best we can move our community forward. But come tomorrow, May 14th, come and vote, come for valid ID. Come tomorrow and vote for your community. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Nice. You stay within? Oh, that's nice. Stay right there. Where the cameraman, do it again. Let's do that again.
Before I leave, before I say vote for me, please vote the mayor in November. Put your hands together. I also want to thank School FM and all of you for coming here today, including my own boss, the director of public works, who's sitting down. I don't know if you left. I also invited the executive director of Heritage Austin, Mr. Michael Cherry, and including our mayor. I want to say thank you for coming here. I want you to take Mr. Water Superintendent, the Everton, you are most welcome. Okay, come around, yes, to my time. Okay, so I want to say thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. We can do good all together. When you're together, you have that voting block. When you form the voting block, you can make demands and you can act for higher expectations. And that's what I want to do here today. We want to see what kind of power you guys have. So all I say today, go home today, sit down and think.
Thank you.
Think how we can do better in our community. Team Hector is the best that will hit the ground running. Thank you so much.
What for you shall see your face, yeah. So I'm not rushing up, I'm not stressing. You can love me, you can hate me. That papa God will do the blessing when you take it from me. Oh, that God is okay for you too. Me I'm not fighting when you stop it from me. That God is stop it for you too. Yeah. Clip on money go, I say move from here, cheche pole move from here, move from here, sake pone move from here, move from here, come around move from here. Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Liberian Radio and Television Network.
My name is Derek Yallen, and we're just over the debate in Trenton for the community president of Central and Metropolitan area. We have for us the VP or the acting president of ULAA right now, Madam Minerva Grant. Madam Grant, welcome to Lrtn. Thank you so much for joining us. Now we have a very quick question for you. First of all, what is your reaction to the debate tonight?
I am so happy. I am so excited. I knew these people could do it. The Trenton people, every one of them want this. So, I mean, with all the Walla Walla, I knew they could do it. I am so excited. Just seeing the people, we know tomorrow what will turn out. We are just here to help them bring peace in the community. That's all. So, I am so happy. We are excited.
As you can see, the VP or acting president of ULAA Express are excited on the success of the debate. Madam VP, does that ask you a quick question on the allegations that were made? What do you think of it?
Well, everything he said or whoever said it, I don't want right now to answer. So please, because the election is going on. We answer him, but maybe he has said it back, but I'm not going to go into details now to say anything. After the election, we will answer those allegations, but everything we did, and they see our chat room, they will question it, somebody want to know, we ready to make it there, but we have to be careful. Because I don't want to be the comments there, they talk about, you know, when the election was coming, then he got to say, oh yeah, let's okay. So no, we're going to leave it like that. It's okay. People they find him. That's not what he's running against. He's running against Mr. Anthony. Both of them running against each other. So that's not us. So the allegation were against us. That's not us. So we just ask the Trenton people to come again and vote for the people.
Okay. My last question to you is, what is your message to the Liberian community in Trenton here?
My message to the Liberian community in Trenton, I am so proud of you guys. Y'all call us, y'all ask us to help. And we are here, and we know tomorrow y'all will come up. Please, we are appealing to you, to everybody that register. Please come out and vote for your leaders, And when you vote for them, please don't leave them. Continue participating in the community, continue working with them. That's the only way they will carry the community forward. Don't leave them alone. You have to continue being with them.
Thank you so much, Madam Acting Vice President. Thank you for speaking with the Lrtn family. Again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Derek Yallen, and this is the Liberia Radio and Television Network. And we're good job. Thank you. Am I on? Again, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we've just concluded the elections debate for Central, New Jersey, and the metropolitan area. My name is Derek Yallen, and this is the Lrtn Network. And we are here with the mayor of Trenton, Mr. Mayor. Welcome to the Liberia and Television family.
What a great debate tonight. It was very lively, and whichever side wins, we just hope that the community is brought together, because we have so many challenges in the capital city, and it's much better if we all work together to solve them equally.
Thank you. My question to you, quick, is how do you plan to continue to support the Liberian community in Trenton?
Well, the Liberian community is very big. All walks of life, Liberians we see every day, from doctors, lawyers, and working in the public works department, working in the city hall, working in the hospitals. And so they're very important for the fabric. We want to make sure that we can reach out to the Liberian community to see what we could do better to make them more successful.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. My final question to you is, What is your message to the Liberian people of Trenton? What is your message?
Everyone has a stake in the success of Trenton, and we hope at the end of the day you make the city better and we can all prosper.
Thank you so much for speaking to the Lrtn family. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Great job. Excellent job. So good luck to you. It's a pleasure being here. Go this way.
And I know your last name is Japa. What is the first one? K4 Japa.
It was very hectic.
We'll make it happen.
No, not yet. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lrtn. My name is Derek Yale, and we are here again with the ULAA's National Coordinator, Mr. Hayward Japa. Mr. Japa, welcome to the Lrtn family.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Now, what do you make of the debate? What is your reaction to the debate tonight?
Well, at least it's, to some extent, it's peaceful. That's why we organized it. We wanted them for the community to hear from their leaders and make a decision tomorrow.
Okay, and what is your message to the community dwellers or the constituents in the Trenton area? What is your message?
I want to tell them that by tomorrow the election will be over and one person will emerge victorious. And when that happens, I'm asking the entire community to get behind that person. That is the message. The key message is for the community to come together.
But as you can hear, the National Coordinator is calling for unity after the election. And Mr. Japa, that's all we have for you right now. Thank you so much for speaking to the Lrtn family.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Lrtn. My name is Derek Yale, and we have another person in the interview. Can you introduce yourself to the camera?
No, I'm the Eastern Regional Vice President for the East Coast, taking care of the chapters that are in the East Coast.
Okay. What do you make of the debate? What is your reaction to the debate?
I think the debates were challenging, and it was very good turn up, I would say, and they explored their needs and how they will serve the community, and that's what I applaud to hear.
Okay, what do you make of the whole energy as far as the allegations that surrounding the election is concerned? What is your reaction to that?
Probably I may not say, but most times in this situation, things comes up, whether it's wrong or right. It comes on, but what I know, because I was one of the implementer, and what you guys put out there, it was not true. Okay. We conducted it fairly, and hey, we did the best we can. So what came out with that 400 names, good names, they are just allegations out there to please themselves and not do the thing that they should have done.
And as you can hear, that's his reaction to the allegations surrounding the elections. Now, before I let go of you, what is your message to the constituents here in Central Jersey and as well as the metropolitan area?
I think there is a time for them to realize it's a time to come together to form that unit to make Trenton what it really ought to be, because then Trenton was that soul where everybody yearned for to come and celebrate. So they have the opportunity to come together and make that happen. And with them, I believe that they can do it when they hold together.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to our